What is going on, New York Giants fans? How you living? Hit Squad back at it again with another video. We just went live. It was a great show. Thank you so much to everyone that came through. It was an amazing time. Shout out Big Blue Corner. Shout out Giant Opinion Sports, man. Go sub them up, man. They are great content creators. And join the Hit Squad. Join the Hit Squad. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like below. Let us know your thoughts on this video below. And let's get into this, man. We finally have our head coach. Per Ian Rappaport, the Giants are working to hire Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll as their new head coach. The two sides will attempt to do a deal and reunite him with old friend and new New York Giants general manager Joe Schoen. This is huge. This is huge. Now, I want to say this much. First and foremost, I'm going to have a cautious approach in the sense of I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I got my hopes up last year, as you guys know, thinking that this team, could really compete in the playoffs, and obviously we saw how the season played out. But I personally did not mind either direction that we went with any of the Bryans, whether it would be Flores or Daboll. I thought that you were getting good coaches. There was questions with both of them. And hopefully Flores can get an opportunity, even with the Saints. I think that would be a great fit over there. But we got Brian Daboll. Now, I got a couple things here that I actually want to read to you guys that should give you guys some optimism with Brian Daboll being hired. Now, one thing is, I know a lot of people want to say, Brian Daboll's success really comes from Josh Allen, which Josh Allen is a freak of nature. We all know that. But I do think that Daboll does deserve credit for helping, the 2018 first round pick develop from not only just a physically gifted but erratic passer as a rookie to unquestionably an MVP caliber quarterback. I have to say it, man. I mean, Josh Allen is a top 3, if not a top 2 quarterback in this league. You can make an argument for, and he deserves a lot of credit for the development of Josh Allen. Now, one thing I will say is that when you look at the Buffalo Bills offense, right, it's evolved over the past 4 years since Daboll's arrived as their offensive coordinator in 2018. Now, Buffalo has gone from the 18th to the 9th to the 8th to now the first in the NFL, in total yards over the past 4 years. That's very, very, very impressive. I have to say that much. It is very impressive. Now, you also have to give credit where credit is due, because they went from 28th to 10th to 5th to now first in points in the NFL. That's very impressive, considering that, look, before, Bean, Shane, Daboll and them, especially, McDermott, before they arrived, I mean, man, the Bills were a joke of a team. And they really turned things around over there, especially offensively with developing Josh Allen. Granted, there's some cons against Brian Daboll, right? He's never been a head coach. Didn't really work in Miami when he was under, I believe it was, Tony Soprano, I believe his name was. I could be forgetting his name. But no, it's when you look at Brian Daboll, man, like I said, really the only thing that you could knock him for outside of, obviously having Josh Allen is that he hasn't been a head coach. And I really do think that when you look at it, he has more pros than cons. I think that when you look at the people that the New York Giants went and brought in, Leslie Frazier, Brian Flores, Brian Daboll, Dan Quinn, Patrick Graham, I mean, the list goes, right? I mean, they all have flaws in their own respect. They all have pros in their respect. But for me, I think that Brian Daboll was the right hire. Again, I'm going to temper my expectations. I think that we all have to be patient with this team. We have a lot of things that we have to fix. We have a lot of things really that we have to address with this team, and it starts with the offensive line. It's going to be very interesting to see who Brian Daboll brings in as his offensive coordinator. Does he bring in a Ken Dorsey from Buffalo? I don't think it's likely. I think that, he would prefer to call plays for Josh Allen as the offensive coordinator. coordinator, whereas here he's not going to call plays. He's going to be Brian Daboll. Who's he going to bring in as defensive coordinator? I think it's likely that Patrick Graham stays, but I also wouldn't be shocked if we went and got Wink Martindale. They have been tied together in rumors. I wouldn't be upset if we went and got Vic Fangio. So there's definitely a lot of things that play into this, but I think that as a Giants fan, you got to be happy with this. You know, I understand you had people that wanted Brian Flores, but this is a good hire in my opinion. You have Bills fans, you know, congratulating Giants fans because they didn't want to get rid of Brian Daboll. I know Bills players itself, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, to name a few, didn't want Brian Daboll to go. So for me, man, I think this is huge. This is huge for DJ's development. This is huge for the offense that couldn't score touchdowns last year. And again, address this offensive line, and I think that you got something here. Now, the draft is going to be very interesting. The offseason free agency, that's going to be very interesting as well. But for me, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving the hire. Again, got to temper the expectations, but to me, this was a home run hire. Let us know your thoughts below, guys. How are you guys feeling about this? Did you like the hire? Did you dislike the hire? Did you prefer Brian Flores? Did you, in some realm of possibility, but did you prefer Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills? Let us know your thoughts below. This has been another video from Hit Squad Productions, and I'm out.
This has been a Big Blue Crew production.